You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program.
The revolt in Egypt continues. Oh, wait a minute. That's not Egypt. It's Madison, Wisconsin. John Nichols, the Washington correspondent for The Nation, thenation.com, on the line with us, live from Madison, Wisconsin. John, what's going on there?
Tom, I will tell you, it is an amazing sight by any measure. Yesterday when we spoke, I was telling you there were tens of thousands of people. There are, again, tens of thousands of people more. They've spread beyond the grounds of the state capitol, out into the streets of downtown. If you took an aerial shot, you would see folks literally spread, for blocks and blocks throughout the downtown. Thousands of University of Wisconsin students wearing the red and white colors of the school, singing on Wisconsin and other favorite songs, very, very sort of patriotic Wisconsin image, have literally filled the steps going into the Capitol, and made it, let's say, a little difficult to move around. Inside the Capitol, the Democrats in the state Senate have walked off the floor, refusing to provide a quorum for the vote. What that means in Wisconsin is that the vote cannot go on because you must have 3/5 of legislators present for a budget vote. This is
even though it can win by a 51% margin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You must have 3/5 present. Standard. It's a rather traditional rule from around the country, but very closely enforced here.
So this is the equivalent of a filibuster.
What?
This is the equivalent of a filibuster that the Democrats are pulling. They're saying, we're not going to let you hold a vote on this thing.
Well, it's also, they have left, and what is very, very significant is that under state law, you can ask the state patrol, state troopers, to go out and round up the missing legislators. But you have to find the legislators. And what I can tell you is that, Tom, if you were with me, I would take you into our beautiful state capitol. It looks just like the federal capitol in Washington. And you cannot move in the Capitol. There are, I would say, by any measure, at least 8,000 to 10,000 people in the building, occupying every square foot of the Capitol. Not dangerous. You can, if a kid wanted to get up, and their parents have brought their kids. This is just a very big family-oriented thing. You can walk through it, but I want to emphasize there are so many people in the Capitol and at every entrance to the Capitol that it is literally impossible to get to some of these offices quickly. Also, I'm not sure that the state troopers, many of whom are in fact trade unionists, they know that some of their rights are threatened.
They've got their own union and they're government employees too.
Yeah, they may not rush to do the arrests, if you will.
Right.
The other thing I want to tell you is that outside here on the streets, when they announced at the labor rally, where there was about 20,000, 25,000 people at noon, that the senators had walked off, you just have not seen that kind of energy. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's people walking up to me, teachers from all around. I spoke last night at a rally with about 25,000 people and explained to them in very Thom Hartmann language, I might add, that these are Americans petitioning for the redress of grievances, exercising their right to assemble. And, of course, those lines from our Constitution were cheered. This is a very, very patriotic, very American protest. Flags all around. And what's the other thing, Tom, one other thing I'll throw in is that, by the way, I'm just watching as a group of junior high kids are marching by with signs that they've made. But the other thing I want to emphasize here is that what's happening is beyond Wisconsin now. We have people from all over the state who have come into Madison.
Oh, you got people from all over the country coming to Madison.
We do. We've had carloads of folks show up, retirees from Kansas, steelworkers who come in from Michigan, public employees who come from Minnesota. A bunch of teachers from Nebraska took sick days to come up.
So, John, is the National Guard going to be called out now? Is the governor now, powerless, or is he, does he think he can just wait this out? Is he going to do like Hosni Mubarak and go to, I don't know, Green Bay?
Well, I understand what you're saying. Green Bay is not really Sharm el-Sheikh.
I know, but
this time of year. And besides, I want to emphasize that the Packers are union members and are on the side of the struggle.
That's right. That's right. In fact, the Packers started as the Meat Packers Union.
That's right. But what I can tell you is this: the governor does have National Guard powers, and I know Scott Walker. I've known him for 20 years and often been a good friend of his. We come from the same part of the state, and I know full well that Scott does not want to call the National Guard out, because if he does, he will have lost this struggle.
Yeah.
If the National Guard is brought in to drag junior high students and parents with their kids and school teachers and snowplow drivers,
right? He's going to be viewed as the Ahmadinejad of America. I mean, that's just what it's going to come down to. How does this?
Crowds are so big, his governorship will be done.
Yeah. And it may well be already. I mean, how is this going to play out? I'm curious. Also, we're talking with John Nichols, the Washington correspondent for The Nation, who lives in Madison, Wisconsin. And John, have you seen any Tea Party signs? I think if a whole bunch of people would bring their Tea Party signs, that would guarantee national media exposure. I read the Washington Post this morning. The entire first section of the Washington Post had no mention of what's going on in Madison. I guarantee if there had been 25 Tea Partiers there, it would have been on the front page like it was on the New York Times.
Tom, if I could have thought about this issue, it's a very interesting one. Imagine, not in Madison, Wisconsin, which you've got to travel a little bit to get to, but imagine if in Washington, D.C., right where the national media, so much of it's headquartered, if 1,000 Tea Partiers came out and surrounded the Capitol, one day to protest the budget bill, and then came the next day, and then came the next day, and their crowds doubled and tripled. You're right. That would be the lead story on the national news. No question about it. Well, what's happened in Madison is 2,000 people came on Monday. 10,000, 12,000 came on Tuesday. 25,000 came on Wednesday. Today, on Thursday, I have no doubt that we're going to get in the range of 35, 40,000. And these protests have spread across the state. Thousands of people in small cities, in manufacturing towns, in villages. Literally, in towns of 1,000 people, there are demonstrations on their main streets. So, yes, this would be the biggest story, not in the nation, but the world. And I will tell you something. People are getting it. There are folks out here. I just saw somebody with a banner, big banner they made. It says, "Go to hell, Fox News. You're just doing propaganda."
Wow.
And so there's real anger at national media that has failed this community. There is a tremendous appreciation for your show, which airs here.
Thank you.
As well as for Ed Schultz, who
he's there today. He's doing a great job from there.
He is, and people really, they are getting this as not just an economic story, not just a political story, but also a real revelation about what our media covers, because no one, and I want to emphasize this, no one who is here has ever seen anything like it. The police chief, Noble Ray of Madison, a good friend, he's been on the police force for 27 years. He's covered every major demonstration this city has seen, and he said yesterday he had never seen so many people present for a demonstration.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's right. John Nichols, the Washington correspondent for The Nation and a resident of Madison, Wisconsin. TheNation.com, of course, for John's writing. John, thanks for the update.
Well, Tom, I'm delighted to be with you.